Hello, Libra. Welcome back to Theresthattarot. We're doing love messages. Let's see. All right, all right. I just want to do a mic check. Hey, Queen Libra. Hey, Queen Star Libra. Testing one. Hey, Cassandra. Testing one. There's someone who wants to choose you, Libra. This person could be like the Incredible Hulk, They want to be your hero. They like to be your hero. This person, it's almost like they didn't know. Because I heard that song, You Don't Know You're Beautiful. Maybe this person wasn't really, mm, they didn't know you were beautiful in some kind of way. I'm not saying, Libras are normally very aesthetically pleasing. But how did they not know? Maybe they didn't see your inner beauty. They see it now. They see it now. So you can have a history with this person. It's like you're very precious to somebody. You're very precious, like period. But this is how this person is feeling about you. You could be overcoming a lot, or you have overcome a lot in your life. And sometimes when you've overcome a lot in your life, not everybody can see that. Not everybody can see. Not everybody looks at a person and as a person, with a different set of experiences. And, not everybody's looking at you through eyes of love, care, humanness, decency. Sometimes people just passing by, they trying to get to work. They trying to, or they have their own motives in mind. They'll look at you and come up with a whole plan for you that has nothing to do with you and everything to do with their own, selfish interests. And I'm not painting this person out to be bad or anyone out to be bad. I just think somebody didn't really see you at first. I think that's what we're getting at. And now this person wants to be, I can be your hero, baby. Like this is somebody who, damn, they feel like they really missed an opportunity with you. They feel like you were the key. Because I'm picturing like a keyhole. And I don't know, are you the key or are you the hole? I don't know. It could be the other way around. Like you could have been the key, the thing that was missing with this person. Like I think you're somebody who really brings favor into this person's life, or you did bring favor into this person's life. A lot of people don't realize, like, if you get with somebody and you notice your life just start to get better. Like if this person's money wasn't doing so well and then they got with you and all of a sudden they had what they needed, you possess good energy. Okay, you that person possesses good energy, you know. Um you could be with people and while they're with you, their finances just do great. They become healthier people. And sometimes people can take that upgrade that they feel and then they feel like they're better than you, not realizing that the favor came with you and it leaves with you as well. Because you could have also started to kind of decline while you were dealing with someone. There could be two people in your reading, but we're going to see. I feel like either there's two people in this reading that's coming up, or there's someone who's changed, or, they've changed by way of like knowing you. I'm not saying you changed them, but they've changed in a way that they probably weren't expecting it at all. Because again, they couldn't even see you for real. This person's probably thinking about commitment for the first time in their life. They wanted to run from you. This is somebody who's definitely wanting to run and hide from this feeling because it made them want to be better. It made them want to be better. Some of y'all touched by God. But being better requires change for this person, and that was really scary. That's probably something that they've never really they never thought about it. I don't think they ever really even just thought about that. This person kind of rushes through life, and they rush into relationships with people, they rush into bed with people, everything's quick with this person. They could be a really smooth talker, but I'm getting more of just like, I don't know, are they young? Are they an air sign? Or did you just notice y'all rushed into the situation? Or they rushed you? I don't know. It's something like that here. There were red flags for sure. Or there are red flags for sure in this situation. But I really feel like somebody's like, damn, I feel like I missed out on something really good, because this person's life could also be busy. You know what I mean? That could be that rushing energy that I'm picking up. And it's like sometimes when you just moving through life, you don't have time to really stop and look at certain things. And I feel like you are one of those things. This person didn't really take the time to really stop and look at who you were. And this person could be looking at you from a distance now, or just from a different, like, you could be looking at them differently, and they're seeing that now, and they don't like it. They don't like it at all. They're like, wait, don't look at me like that. Let me just start over. Like, if this person had one of them little Men in Black remotes, they would snap their first impression right out of your head. The first impression that you've had of them out of your head. This person feels like you two are destined for each other. Like the meeting you was definitely a part of the plan. You've always been protected, though, Libra. You could have met this person in like a bar somewhere where people drink, restaurant, something outside. You could be a martini girl or a martini guy. Something about cocktails. But this is actually, looking at this, you two are adorable together. This could have been a connection that was like really destined. You two have met, like, if you believe in past lives, you two met then too. Like, you meet every time and it just clicks. You both found like each other's heart's desires in the other. Yeah, this person probably instantly approached you, like instantly. It was like, of course you're the person I'm talking to tonight. I don't know, it's something like that. But I don't know how transparent this person was with you. I'm seeing them have like a costume on. Somebody could be from New York. I'm hearing LGBTQ. This could I don't know. This could be an LGBTQ read, or that could be one of the things that you didn't know about this person. But when I say two peas in a pod, and what happened? What happened to that? If you haven't gone through this with this person yet, there's going to be something that transpires that completely blows this thing up. And I'm so sorry to tell you that. But they haven't been keeping it real from the start. And this person could have lied about stupid shit, or they could lie about stupid shit like their height, or, I'm getting like a catfishy, something fishy, like their age or their relationship status, or whether or not they have children. You know what I mean? Like, shit that's like, why would you lie about something like that? It's like a lie that this person tells you is very concerning, because it's like, well, if you would lie about that, it's up from here. You know what I mean? But the terrible part about it is the two of you could be perfect together. There's like a good and there's a warning with this person. This is like how you lose your job on your day off. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting like Friday vibes. And now it's Friday. You ain't got no job. You ain't got nothing else to do. That's the energy that I'm getting. It's like, wow. But then when you think about Craig, this is Craig. This is Craig. When you think about Craig, it's like he was so ready to eat the bowl of cereal, and then he goes to get the milk. And I always question this, and I know it's a movie, but I always question, like, how you grabbed the carton of milk out the refrigerator and didn't notice that it was empty when you grabbed it. Because he poured it. He's like, what the hell? And I don't know. I'm just getting like you could be good, but you kind of a bum. You know what I mean? How did you lose your job on your day off? Were you really stealing boxes? And why are you stealing boxes from work? You live with your mama. Where are you going with the boxes? Wasn't it about boxes or something? And then you got Smokey looking at you crazy, and Smokey ain't shit. It's like if you got somebody who ain't shit looking at you crazy, it's because they looked at Craig like, well, you had more potential than that. So I feel like people could be disappointed in this person for something because his mama loved him, but she wasn't gonna feed him. I made this breakfast for me. He like, what you cooking? I got smothered pork chop, this, that, bacon, eggs, and he was like, oh, and she's like, I didn't make this for you. And he liked the good girl. He liked Nia Long, who was, she was running, she was taking care of her body. Everybody liked her. She wasn't a hoe, things like that. But he wasn't on her level in that movie. He wasn't, the guy that her dad would have been like, yeah, be with him. Not yet. You know what I mean? Then you let Smokey get you in trouble. Like, it just, I feel like you're dealing with Craig. Or you're Craig. Somebody Craig in this reading. We finally found Craig. But wouldn't him and Nia Long would have been cute if I don't know, maybe he were in school too. Or, maybe if he had kept his job or been searched for another job, or I don't know, like it would have been, it would have worked. So this person could be kind of a victim of circumstance of their environment to an extent too. But they weren't keeping it real with you though. They weren't. And you notice how when Felicia came up was when he was trying to get the $200 from Humpback Hooch Mama. I forgot her name. And Felicia came up like Craig. So this person get caught up. I feel like he could have easily explained his way out of that situation, but he just didn't. And he's like, damn, and it's like, you could have said something. First of all, don't talk to me. Or if you want to talk to me, come over here and talk to me so my girl can hear you because I'm trying to get $200 out this bit. You know what I mean? It's like he did not handle most of those situations right in the movie. That's what I'm getting from this spread that I'm looking at. This person was hiding their true feelings from you too. Very afraid of commitment. And that was kind of the story with Craig, wasn't it? This is somebody, he didn't want to lose his freedom. I'm not saying Craig, but this person in the reading, they didn't want to lose their freedom. It doesn't have to be a man. This could be a woman too. This could be a man with the emperor coming out. This is somebody who it's like people would look at this person like, why are you in the hood? You the one that we believed in. You the one we knew that you was gonna be something. How you end up here? And it's almost like you proving people point kind of thing. Like that's how somebody feels people could feel about whoever's popping up in your reading. So I'm just gonna say you need a loan in this reading. Okay. And you dealing with Craig who didn't want to lose freedom that I don't think he had, you know? Because I'm not seeing freedom. I am seeing freedom of choice though, because there are a lot of people who come. It doesn't mean that y'all came from the hood, but y'all could have came from the same neighborhood, but have two different results. Like this person could have looked at you and they didn't really see your struggle. They didn't see your pain. Neil Long was in the same neighborhood he was in. But instead of sitting on the porch waiting for, somebody to cook for her and do for her and all this kind of stuff, she got out, got her run on. She was in school. She was doing, she did what she had to do. Y'all was in the same neighborhood. You had the same opportunities that she had. You came from a two-parent household. It wasn't a two-parent abusive household. They loved each other. They both had jobs. It was stable. Sister was doing her thing. Like, what was missing with you? It wasn't like a um. Craig didn't really have no excuse. You know, he could have became a dog catcher with his daddy. He didn't want to do that. So what you gonna do, Craig? Something like that. Here. And it looked like you have to stand on business with whoever this is. Because it's like whatever perceived freedom that they have, they don't. And you don't get the freedom unless you bust your ass and fight for it. Okay? Ain't nobody out here, ain't nothing free out here. Maybe this is a lesson that this person is learning right now because they could be, you could have talked to this person about this. Yeah, I'm seeing communication. You could have, this person's thinking about, heavily thinking about a lot of stuff that you talked to them about. I heard nowadays. This could be another air sign for some of you. They replay it over and over and over again. They feel like the hope is kind of gone. Some of y'all could be dealing with another Libra. This person has a lot of feelings for you. I'm not even gonna lie. It's like they take your word on the back end, but they feel like they should have listened. This person could have had a lot of not the best influences around them. And it's just like, you remember how Craig was just caught up in everything. If he had just gone in the house, none of that shit would have happened. If you think about it, if Craig had just went in the house, none of it would have happened. If he had gone and got a fucking job. Like his daddy said, today you go get a job. You got to go look for a job. If he had actually done that, the movie would have been over after the first scene. So this somebody that don't listen. They just didn't listen. They just, but it was fun. We all loved the movie Friday, but it was like a whole bunch of unnecessary bullshit for absolutely nothing. And if he had took his ass in the house or went to go find a job, movie over. We wouldn't have a Friday that we know and love today. It was unnecessary trauma, right? But this person finds drama and all that kind of stuff irresistible. But they also find you irresistible. But it's like they didn't really choose. They wanted the drama. They wanted something funny to talk about at the end of the day. They wanted to feel like something happened, in their world, but nothing really going on but the rent. And I feel like this is something somebody's learning the hard way. I'm hearing where my money's smoking. Like, you didn't even have to be in this situation. I don't know. It's something like that. Everybody want to have a good time, but have a good time after the work is done. You know what I mean? He could have went out, found a job, and then came back and still seen pastor coming out of old girl house from across the street. He still could have got a little kiki for the day without getting involved. You know what I'm saying? Debo wasn't breaking in houses where people were at home. You know, if you had just went in the house, this person should have just went in the house. What is the main thing that they think about that you've told them? What is this conversation that keeps going through their head? What were you talking to them about? Because you may have felt like this person never listened to you, but they were listening. I mean, it might have went out of one ear, but it got stuck before it went out the other one. They just put it in the back file. They filed it away because somebody got in a fight and then they had to go check that out. That's yeah. But what you were saying to this person is you were letting this person know how they could gain control over their life. You were probably showing them you gave this person good ideas. You gave this person probably a list of options and things that they could do. Especially, it's like if you feel like you ain't making enough money, why don't you pick up a second job? Why don't you study? If you work part time here, or even if you work full time here, why don't you pick up some part time classes? Or if you working part time, you live with your mama. What else you got to do? You know what I'm saying? Why don't you do this? And in the meantime, here's a savings plan. I mean, it worked for me. This is what my dad told me or my mom told me, whatever. Like you tried. You tried with this person. You really tried with this person. And they're thinking about that now. Because I'm hearing something about hand over foot. This person didn't have to be in the position that they're in right now. They cannot, they like, damn, I should have just listened to the Libra. I should have married the Libra. I should have done this. I should have went to school with the Libra. Whatever. I heard I would be done by now. If they had listened to you, whatever you told them would have been accomplished by now. It's like what you could sit outside fucking with Smokey for the next 365 days, or you can sign up for that class I told you about and be in a whole nother position, a whole nother neighborhood, whole nother state, or whatever, or married to me, or whatever it is in 365 days. And now all they think about is the dream that they could have had with you, Libra, because you have let them go, or you are letting them go, or you about to let them go. And this is what they will be thinking about, like, for a very long time. And I feel like they're going to be honest with themselves, like, damn, this is why the Libra ain't fucking with me. This is why. This is why. This is what's happening right now with this person. And they could be now asking for the help that you suggested to them. It's like your rejection is probably the catalyst for this person to actually make those changes. So they could be calling that number. They could be starting that class. They could be, I'm talking about in the present moment, doing the things that you suggested to them. Because all they think about is me and Libra would have been a winning team. Y'all really could have been on some power couple stuff. Like, and when I say power couple, it's not just about the money, but like, if you think about it, Craig's parents for the hood, for black community back in those days, low income, whatever. That, I mean, it wasn't. It's like, yeah, it was hood stuff going on, but you could tell they had paid off their house. You know what I mean? Or they was about done paying on the house. The daddy been a dog collect the dog. What do they call it? Dog catcher for all this time. Whatever the mama was doing, I'm sure she was. I'm hearing tenure. She was set in stone with what she had going on. That was a dream couple for the black community. You ain't got to be Jay. Well, I ain't gonna say that. You don't have to be whatever you think is a power couple. Okay, that's a powerful couple right there. We got married, we stayed together, we kept our jobs, we got our home. The kids are safe, for the most part, if they just stay in the house. For some people, that is the dream. Because there's so many people that don't have that. There were so many people in that neighborhood that didn't have that. Smokey ain't had that. He had no respect for his mom, if you remember. He looked at her like, get up and do something with yourself, you know? So it's like this person is realizing that the winning formula was with you. The favor that they could have had was with you. And when God, it's like I'm hearing when a man finds a wife. And I feel like that's what this person found in you. If this is a man or vice versa. Um Thank you, Miss Diana. I digress. I completely digress. But, um this is a hard pill for this person to swallow. It really is. But what I was gonna say is, when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. Your helpmate. Because a lot of times you find yourself in the wrong situation if you want to. You will see your dreams fall apart or just never come into fruition. But there are some people that you can align with and shit just take off. And it'll stay that way if you're doing the right things. You can't get a blessing and then be like, oh man, things are going well. Let me show my ass. That's no. You have to do what's right with your blessing. You got to do, there are rules to everything. So that, like I said, whether this person perceived that freedom was being able to, eat off of their parents and eat their food up and not contribute. You can't even take out the fucking trash. I gotta tell you twice to take out the trash and you ain't doing shit else. That's crazy. That's crazy. So it's like sometimes people gotta struggle. People gotta feel the heat. You don't understand how important it is for me asking you to take out this trash and go find a job until all of these bills got your name on them. So this person, they probably needed to feel this heat. They probably needed to lose you because sometimes struggle is and discomfort is the best way to get up and get your shit together. So this person's growing up. They going from a boy to a man, from a girl to a woman, because their pleasures, the drama, hearing smex addiction, whatever they have going on has gotten them nowhere fast. Because how you lose your job on your day off? I don't know what that is, but you know, I hope this helped you, baby. Or I hope, it tickled you, or you just enjoyed the chat. I love you guys. I'm signing off for the night. More than likely, I'll see you tomorrow. Like the video if this resonated. Hype me up if this resonated. Keep me in the algorithm. I love being here with you guys. Let's reciprocate the energy. And I will see you guys in the next one. Ciao, ciao.